Hi, and welcome to FPL First, giving you the latest news, reviews, and tips on everything EPL and FPL. Thanks for joining me in this episode for the Game Week 3 player preview, and also see how my challenge team got on in Game Week 2. All coming up. To begin with, let's take a look at Game Week 2's top performers. In goal, it was goalkeeper Etheridge who managed to save another penalty this week, meaning he kept a clean sheet. He's definitely a keeper to consider, having him in a rotation system or on your bench considering his 4.5 million value. Trippier continued his free kick mastery for Tottenham, with Alonso maintaining his attacking prowess for Chelsea. A surprise inclusion is Cook for Bournemouth, who managed to get a goal and assist, but with Everton and Chelsea in their next two games would be a risky inclusion into your FPL team. Lastly, Pereira is a player I recommend waiting on, as Leicester have Liverpool in Game Week 4, but then have a nice run of games from Game Week 5 to 8, whereby he could pick up a lot of points. In midfield, Milner got himself a penalty goal for Liverpool, and Mkhitaryan getting a goal and assist. Someone for the cost of 7.1 could be a good transfer in considering Arsenal's next fixtures. There is also a good shout for the inclusion of Walcott due to the fact that Everton look good for goals in their games, as well as the fact that their fixtures look fairly easy for the next few game weeks. Pascal Grob has a great Game Week 2, but with their next opponents being Liverpool away, he would be a player unlikely to pick up many points in Game Week 3. Lastly, Deeney was good for a goal and assist in Game Week 2, however considering Watford have Crystal Palace, Man United and Spurs in the next 3 games, don't expect him to be in the list again for the next 3 weeks. Lastly, Aguero was the key man this week and surely has to be considered for Game Week 3 captain picks. I will talk about this in my Game Week 3 preview video tomorrow. Moving on to my Game Week 3 player focus, starting with Eriksen, who I have taken out of my team this game week. The reason being is his cost of 9.5 million and not having any real returns for that cost due to his more defensive role now at Spurs, and the fact that they have United and Liverpool in the next 3 EPL rounds. On top of this, despite his stats going up in Game Week 2, I believe there are better options currently in midfield, which leads me onto my replacement for Eriksen, David Silva. With De Bruyne getting injured and Bernardo Silva playing at a right wing back position, Silva now has been guaranteed to start this weekend, and with him in good form last game week and the fact Man City are rampant in the league currently, he could be good for goals or assists again this game week, as well as the chance of picking up some extra bonus points due to his influence in the Man City midfield. The next player on my player focus is Firmino. I am a massive fan of him and his work ethic in the Liverpool team. However, for his 9.5 costs and only 1 assist so far, and on top of this, his stats decreasing a lot in Game Week 2 in terms of shooting, I think it is a good time to sub him out considering the fixtures coming up after Brighton in Game Week 3. Although he has a chance of picking up many points this weekend against Brighton, as I do believe Liverpool will win heavily, I feel like there is more of a chance of another player getting more Game Week points, and his name is Aubameyang. If there was ever a good time to have this man in your team, it is this week. Arsenal still looking for their first win in the EPL, play a West Ham side looking disjointed and looking likely to concede many goals. Aubameyang's Game Week 1 was pretty poor, but considering they played City, it was no surprise. Plus, he looked much more impressive in the game against Chelsea, despite his shooting letting him down. Also, outside of Everton, Arsenal's fixtures look very mediocre, meaning that Aubameyang has a lot of opportunity to score many goals in the time period. I believe this is the week Arsenal get their first win and Aubameyang shines. A risk replacing Firmino, yes, but one in my opinion worth taking. The last player on my player focus is a player that has performed really well in Game Week 1 and 2, and should probably be looking to continue his good form into Game Week 3. With his price rising by 0.3 already, you should consider him in your team rather than later. Everton have 3 easy games coming up, and he will surely be in the thick of the action. Also, if we look at his stats, he is maintaining an attacking threat for Everton, so he is definitely one to look out for in Game Week 3 for getting more points. And if you are considering getting him transferred in, I would recommend doing it quickly considering his price is rising rapidly. Okay, lastly, let's take a look at how my challenge team got on in Game Week 2. If you remember, one user did challenge me to make a team out of only promoted team players, and it wasn't that good. Outside of Bamba, Sessegnon and Mitrovic, the team mostly achieved 1, 2 or 3. Bamba, however, could be a good player for your bench and playing when Cardiff play at home due to their impressive home record, a bit like their keeper Etheridge. With a total points awarded of 30 in the team, it was a poor performance from this promoted side all in all, and you could probably say that the challenge was a bit of a failure. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. Tomorrow I'll be uploading my Game Week 3 preview and Captain Selections thoughts. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and share the content with your friends. And obviously, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel for future content being released on a weekly basis. My link for Twitter is below in the description, so please be sure to follow. And until next time, my name is Joe, and this has been FPL First.